You know what I've noticed? Like, two different people being in the same situation can react to the situation in two different ways. Like, two people are in the same situation, the same place, but they both react differently. Now, why is that? It's not because one is smarter than the other, but it's because of different attitudes. You know what I mean? Now, one might react it in a very different way from the other. Maybe one of them reacts it in a very light manner and the other makes a big, huge deal out of it. Now, that's where the difference comes, and that's what leads that two different people in two different places. Like, they end up in two different places because of the situation. One may handle it very smoothly, and the other, on the other hand, might make it a huge deal. Have you ever noticed like how the same problem can either ruin your whole day or just feel like a small inconvenience? Like, here the problem didn't change, but you did. Like, your mindset and your attitude did. That's the reason you get two different outcomes for the same problem. That's what we're talking about today. Today is about attitude. How changing your attitude can actually change a lot of things. How important of a role can your attitude play in every situation? Like, first change your attitude and the others will follow and the others will elevate. Now, what is attitude? Attitude is the way you interpret things, the way you see things, the way you react to things, right? Like, the way you react to situations. Now, that is attitude. It's not what's actually happening, but the way you look at it. Now, attitude can act like a layer, actually. Not a layer, like a filter. It decides how you experience different things, right? Like, two people can be in the exact same situation but face it in two different ways, right? Now, if there's a not so good situation, one might take it as a defeat and the other might take it as a challenge to learn from what happened. Now, that's the matter of attitude. Like, the situation didn't change, but their attitude did. Like, attitude is basically how you tell yourself about what's happening. Like, most of the time, we itself don't realize that we are shaped by our attitude. We think we're acting normal, but it's actually because of our mindset. Now, that is how our whole reaction to a situation, to a particular situation, changes from person to person. Because different people, different attitude, different mindset, different reaction to situations. Now, you decide on how to react to a situation. Okay, imagine something goes wrong. Now, this one person will be like, okay, this is bad, this is crazy, I can't handle this. And the other person, on the other hand, will be like, okay, what's next? How do I fix this? That's the question they ask. Now, these two have two different mindsets. And as a result, they get two different outcomes. Now, this person who reacted negatively to the situation might end up not learning anything from the situation and might also end up not fixing the situation. Now, on the other hand, the person who reacted to the situation in a positive way would end up fixing the situation and overcoming the problem, right? Now, that's what everyone wants. Now, everyone wants their problems to be fixed. And without the right attitude or right mindset, I don't think so that's possible. I think everything starts from your attitude and mindset. Once that changes, I think everything will follow and everything will elevate. I think attitude is like the root of a tree, right? That's what holds everything. That's what I feel. Now, at work, okay? At work, you got a feedback. One might take it as a criticism. They might complain saying, okay, this person gave me a very bad feedback. This is not possible. I worked so much for this and blah, 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 blah. Now, one is by seeing it as criticism. They can be like, okay, this is so bad. I worked so much for this and I got such a bad feedback. They might be frustrated. Now, on the other hand, he or she can react to the situation saying that, okay, let me learn something from this. It's okay, whatever happened. Let me learn something from this situation. Now, that's how you grow. That's how the problem can be fixed. Okay, you worked hard for it, but maybe there was something that you missed, right? Now, this happens in many places and situations. Life do hit everyone with these situations. Now, what makes the difference is in how you react to it, how well you can react to it. Now, when you react to a situation by just sitting back and complaining, making excuses and not doing anything about it, I think that's where your effort is low and your results will be low as well. Now, if you keep putting in your work, keep doing the thing you have been doing, then your results can start stacking up, right? That's how it should be done. If your effort is low, then your results will be low as well. If your effort is high, then your results will start compounding. It will start growing. So really, I think the core of doing something is not really, it is working hard and working smart, whatever you believe in, but I think it first starts with your attitude. If you have the right attitude and the right mindset, then everything can follow. Of course, you got to put in the work, but things will start making sense. It's basically something that runs behind your actions. If you fix that, that's when your actions gets fixed. Now, you don't need like huge shifts to change your attitude. You can do it by small consistent steps. I think awareness is the key. Once you can start catching yourself when negative thoughts come in, when you react in a way that you think you shouldn't have reacted, then I feel like your core is fixed. Now you gotta work on the awareness you just got. It's not like acting like everything is perfect, like, yeah, I love what's happening, so and so. No, I don't think so. People can be that positive. I mean, at least I can't. But sometimes it do get out of hand. But it's about how you respond to the situation, how you choose to respond. It's like a choice. I think attitude is something that no one is born with. It's not a one night thing. You keep, improving it every single day based on your actions. It doesn't suddenly remove all the problems in your life. It changes the way you act, the way you respond to the situation, the way you put in the work, and thus your results will be changed. Like even small shifts can make a big difference. Like you start noticing how a problem feels much lighter in your head when you react in a different way. Like when you start seeing challenges as opportunities, it changes the way you put in the work. It changes the way you do things. It changes the way you see life. It changes the way you take something, into your head. Here's the thing, instead of trying to change everything around you, start with your attitude, and I think everything else will follow. Because that's the thing you have complete control over. You don't have control over what comes to you next, but you have control over how you can respond to that situation next. At the end of the day, it's simple. Attitude changes the way you look at things. It changes your perspective. Now, perspective in turn changes your actions, right? And as a result, your whole approach to life changes. And of course, actions are the ones that shapes your life. So it just won't change your day, but changes how you completely approach life. So yeah, that's it for today's episode. I hope I made sense to you. Change your attitude and everything will follow. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.